Most capitals try very hard to impress you. London screams with financial power. Paris shows off. Berlin experiments with everything, and Brussels argues with itself in 5 languages. And then there is Bern, a capital city where people calmly walk to work beside medieval arcades, tram glide quietly through narrow streets, and even the traffic somehow looks emotionally stable. Bern feels less like a capital and more like a very organized grandfather who drinks tea precisely at 4 o'clock p.m. and silently judges loud motorcycles. You don't visit Bern for adrenaline. You visit Bern because your blood pressure needs a vacation. But beneath this calm atmosphere is one of Europe's most interesting urban transportation stories. Because Bern proves something many cities still refuse to understand. A city does not need to move fast to move efficiently. This is episode 6 of module 4 of the course Case Studies on European Urban Transportation. This module is called Walkable Europe, Bikes, Tourists, and Human-Scale Cities. Follow the course if you like the topic. Düşman Nasyonu, it's urban history. Bern is surprisingly small for a national capital. The municipality itself has only about 145,000 residents, while the metropolitan area reaches roughly 420,000 people. That is tiny compared to European giants. London, about 9 million, Madrid, 3.3 million, and Berlin, 3.8 million in the metropolitan area. And yet Bern consistently ranks among the world's most livable cities. Why? Because the city was designed around people instead of traffic speed. Bern's historic center, a UNESCO World Heritage site since 1983, was largely built before cars existed. Streets are narrow, compact, and highly walkable. The Old Town contains around 6 kilometers of covered arcades, one of the largest covered shopping promenades in Europe. This means pedestrians can walk comfortably in rain, snow, or summer heat. Meanwhile, in many modern cities, walking 700 meters requires crossing 6 highways, 3 parking lots, and accepting your fate. Bern's urban structure naturally discourages excessive car use. Roads are constrained, parkings are limited, speeds are low, and distances are short. Instead of fighting the historic city with giant roads, Bern adapted mobility to the city's scale. That decision changed everything. If Bern has a ruler, it is not the mayor, it is the tram. Bern's tram network dates back to 1890. Today, the system carries roughly 100 million passengers annually when combined with buses and regional transit. For a metropolitan population of only about 420,000, that number is enormous. The city operates 5 tram lines, trolleybus routes, extensive regional rail connections, and highly integrated ticketing systems. And the entire system functions with classic Swiss precision. In Bern, public transport is not treated as transportation for poor people, students, or people who fail to buy SUVs. Everybody uses it. Business executives use trams, elderly people use trams, teenagers use trams, politicians use trams. In some countries, public transport is a last resort. In Switzerland, it is basically a national religion with timetables. And those timetables are terrifyingly accurate. Swiss Federal Rail statistics regularly shows punctuality above 90%, with some years reaching 92 or 93% for national rail services. In Bern, a 2-minute delay feels like a constitutional crisis. What makes Bern special is not just transportation infrastructure, it is transportation atmosphere. Many cities technically have sidewalks, bike lanes, and buses, but walking still feels stressful because the environment prioritizes speed, noise, and traffic volume. Bern feels different because the city is psychologically calm. Cars move slowly, streets are quieter, crossings are shorter, and public spaces feel safe. This affects human behavior in major ways. Studies across Europe consistently show that people walk more in environments where traffic speeds are lower, sidewalks are continuous, crossings are frequent, and noise levels are reduced. Bern performs extremely well in all 4 areas. The city center is also remarkably compact. Many daily needs are accessible within 10 to 15 minutes on foot or by tram. This is what modern planners now call the 15-minute city. Bern quietly achieved it decades before it became a political buzzword, and somehow managed to do it without causing 14-hour YouTube conspiracy documentaries. One of Bern's smartest decisions is that it never completely banned cars. It simply stopped making driving easy. This is a very European strategy. Instead of dramatic anti-car policies, many successful cities use something much more effective: gentle inconvenience. Parking is expensive, streets are narrow, speed limits are low, and public transport is faster, so many people naturally choose alternatives. This matters because transportation behavior is strongly influenced by convenience. Research repeatedly shows that people rarely choose transport modes based purely on ideology. They choose what is easiest, fastest, cheapest, and least stressful. Bern understands this perfectly. The city does not scream, "Don't drive." It quietly whispers, "You can drive, but honestly, why would you?" And that works remarkably well. Today, Bern has one of the lowest car modal shares among European capitals. Public transport, walking, and cycling dominate many daily trips. Meanwhile, traffic fatalities remain relatively low compared to car-oriented urban regions. Many cities buy trams. Few cities coordinate them properly. Bern succeeds because Swiss transportation systems are integrated at nearly every level. Timetables connect smoothly, regional trains synchronize with trams, tickets work across systems, and stations are compact and easy to navigate. Even small details matter: platform design, weather protection, pedestrian access, schedule reliability, and signage clarity. This creates what planners call low-friction mobility. People do not need to think very hard about moving around, and that is incredibly important, because once transportation becomes mentally exhaustive, people return to cars very quickly. Human beings will tolerate many things, but missing a connection in freezing rain can permanently change someone's personality. Bern is not perfect. Housing costs are extremely high. Switzerland has some of the highest living costs in Europe, and Bern is no exception. The average rent for centrally located apartments has increased significantly over the last 2 decades. This creates an uncomfortable reality. High-quality walking cities often become expensive cities, and that creates inequality. Many workers increasingly commute from outer suburbs to smaller towns because living near the center is difficult financially. Ironically, the success of walkable urbanism can sometimes make access to it less affordable. Bern also faces growing regional traffic pressure. Even with excellent public transport, suburban car dependency still exists in parts of the metropolitan region. And like many European cities, Bern must now adapt transportation systems for aging populations, climate goals, growing tourism, and rising cycling demand. Urban mobility is never truly finished. Even the calmest cities are constantly negotiating space. The most important thing about Bern is not that it is rich. Many rich cities are noisy, stressful, congested, and deeply unpleasant to walk through. Bern works because it prioritizes human comfort over vehicle speed. That sounds simple, but globally, it is still surprisingly rare. In many cities, success is measured by wide roads, faster traffic, larger parking lots, and shorter driving times. Bern measures success differently. Can people walk comfortably? Can children cross streets safely? Can elderly people move independently? And can daily life happen without constant stress? Those are very different priorities, and they produce very different cities. Bern will probably never become Europe's most famous transportation city. It has no gigantic metro system, no futuristic skyline, no transportation mega project worth 40 billion euros. Instead, Bern offers something far more difficult: balance. A city that moves efficiently without moving aggressively. A city where transportation supports urban life instead of dominating it. And maybe that is the real future of urban mobility. Not faster cities, not louder cities, not bigger highways, just cities designed for human beings again. Which surprisingly remains one of urban planning's most controversial ideas. So here is a question: would you rather live in a city that moves fast or a city that feels good to move through?